Hi there and welcome to Tactical Magfed. In this video I'm going to be showing you my customised Racal Frontier in-ear headset. Check it out. Okay, so in a previous video I showed you my throat mic setup, a budget throat mic setup. If you haven't seen that video and you might be interested, check it out at the end of this one. It will be up in one of the corners, I don't know which. So I mentioned this, my Racal setup. So this is what I generally run. Love this. I love this headgear setup. I can't take any credit for finding this or being the first one to show you this. I actually first came across this headset setup via the Heresy group. I'll put their link down in the description. They're basically a very dedicated airsoft team or airsoft guys. I came across these in terms of a headset that they use and it intrigued me, so I kind of, as I always do, delved into it. Okay, so what are these things and what why do I use them? When I play paintball, I have a mask on, so I'm not keen on having a big bulky pair of headsets on my head. They do work and everything, but you can't actually cut them onto your ears or anything like that. And the mic boom, you kind of have to fish around your mask and everything. So I wanted something that had a microphone built into it. Hence, in previous videos, the throat mic sits under everything, and you don't need the mic. And then the earpiece goes in your ear. So these things also have a real steel or real world connection. So I believe up until about 2012, these were military issue. These are in-ear bone conducting headsets or earpieces. Okay, so effectively you have this little unit up here which has a single AAA battery in there. I'll get onto that in a minute while that's in there, but effectively let me get this right, the right earpiece has a bone conducting receiver in there, so it picks up the vibrations from the inner of your ear and transmits them back through into your radio gear as if it were a microphone. Okay, and the left earpiece is transmitting the received signal, so anything that you receive on your radio comes through your left ear. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but that's kind of how they work. That's the technology behind them. There's various different models. This particular model is the Frontier 1020, so 1020. I think they still are in active service in some forces. They were active in the UK military up until about 2012. So these are, you know, battle tested bits of kit, really handy. This section here is actually, it has an element of noise cancellation. So these are designed so that when these are in your ears, they don't actually come with these foam ear pads. I bought these separately. They come without those. They come in a box with a little piece that attaches onto your chest rig. I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, you buy these pieces on here. They squeeze into your ears, so you have to make sure you get foam inserts that squeeze into your ears, because what happens when you power this on, you click this on, all the sound, the ambient sound goes into the ear pods, and that is then electronically fed back into the ear speaker, so you hear it. They will stop sound up to so many decibels. So for instance, explosions and gunfire and things like that, instead of you getting the full impact of that noise, it will decrease that down into an acceptable range to not damage your ears. So with that being in mind, you can't just go and buy these and plug them into civilian equipment. They come with, so these connectors on the end here are I can't remember the name of these. I think they're like an NT4 something connector. They fit into a certain type of radio that the military would use. So it's a non-standard connector outside of the military. And of course it came with that on the end here, so I didn't have any radios that it would connect into. Again, thanks to the Heresy group, they explained that you need a certain type of connector to be changed on here for it to be used with civilian radios. So this is a military style connector, and it has been wired for compatibility with Peltor devices. If you see my previous throat mic video, I explained that a bit there as well. There's different, even though the connectors look the same, there's different styles of how you can wire them up. There's like NATO and Peltor and maybe a couple of others as well that I'm not aware of, and there's also completely customized setups. So what you need to ensure is whatever you're plugging this into has the same wiring configuration. Because I'm plugging it into my ZTAC kit, which I already know is wired for Peltor or works with Peltor, I had this wired to be compatible with Peltor. I'll do a demo of how this works and sounds in a moment. If you're interested how I got this wired up and connected, it was a company called JCI Comms. They're on Facebook, UK based. They probably will ship worldwide, and you probably will also have US equivalents of this company. I'll put a link to them down below, put some information in the description to JCI Comms. Effectively, you just need to know or contact a company that is capable and able to change military comms. Sounds a bit MI5, but I believe JCI Comms, they do lots of work for active serving guys. They're not cheap, they are good, very high quality work. I'm not going to talk prices on here because I don't know how they would feel about me broadcasting their prices, because they treat everybody as so this is custom work effectively. So this doesn't come like this out the box. They will purchase the radio gear, they will modify it, and then they'll send it on to you. What I do know is that if I was to buy an out of the box bit of kit, the actual radio gear, because it's ex-military surplus, there's loads of this stuff kicking about. You can buy them for like 12 quid. The actual hardware you can buy for 12 quid, but buying the expertise to change the cabling over, because I don't know how to do it, is the expensive bit, because that is a custom job by a professional communications company. Okay, so not your standard out the box stuff. Pretty interesting. It's nice to have this bit of kit to get that kind of premium feel and be a bit more immersed. And the noise reducing feature is good as well for chucking flashbangs about. It actually amplifies noise as well, so if you put them in and turn it on, you can hear everything much more clearly. Okay, so without further ado, let's do a little bit of a field test on these. I'll get a radio rigged up and we'll get it connected to my PTT and everything, and I'll let you know how it sounds on the receiving end. You know what time it is? Got our chest rig, we've got our PTT on here, we've got our camera connector on here. So just going to run through the setup. Got the Bofang BF88/E here, the European version of the Bofang BF88 PMR radio. I've also got the Racal Frontiers 1020s here. So we go ahead and connect this into the PTT. Just for comparative purposes, I'm just going to transmit a test message over the net, just so you know what my bass voice is. This is set to just above halfway, about 60% volume, so is the one downstairs. The mic is roughly 1.5 to 2 feet away from the camera, and it's a GoPro Hero 4 I've got set up downstairs, videoing it. Okay, so test broadcast just on the radio itself. Testing, test broadcast from the Bofang BF88E for comparative purposes. Right, that's the first one. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and pop the plug it into the PTT. I'll just check there that it is going to transmit. So we've got the red transmit button going on there. And I've got it plugged in. So I haven't got the in-ear cancelling turned on, but let's go ahead. Put these on to the right one. They are pretty funky. This could be quite tricky. Let's just get this here. Generally speaking, these normally will run up behind your neck like this from the webbing. When you buy these, you have to mould the metal bits in here. You have to mould them. So the idea is you squeeze the foam inserts down, plug them in. Again on this side. Okay, so when they're in like that, it's very snug and secure, and you can't really hear yourself unless you hit the power button on here. Okay, so once I hit that, okay, I can hear myself talking now. It's kind of like I'm on a headset and hearing myself. Pretty weird. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do a transmission. Oh, I'm not going to touch the radio, I'll do the PTT, and we'll pick it up on the video the other end.
Testing, transmission from the Baofeng BF88E using the Racal 1020 headset. Okay, testing. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. Yada 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 yada. I don't know the rest of that nursery rhyme.
Okay, so hopefully that should be enough to just do you a test transmit of that to give you an idea of the quality. I was quite surprised at how well that picks up. I think that in-ear technology is the one to go with out of the two, whether, you know, from the throat to the ear technology and throat technology is certainly what I've seen. This is the best setup. This is what I'm going to be running wherever I can. It is quite disorientating if you don't have it turned on, because you can't hear it, you can't hear anything ambient. It does block the sound, obviously, because they're a noise cancelling headset. The idea is to have them switched on so you can hear everyone else around you when they're talking. You can turn that on and off. I have it on the back of my, so I have a little pouch that comes with it. It comes in tan, gives you an idea where they were used back before 2012. So it comes in tan. I put it on there. This unit sits in that case. This unit sits in there. Then I run the cables up behind my neck, and it goes in there, and then the radio sits in the pouch at the front here, so I can get access to my channels and everything. I really love these things. A big thank you to the Heresy group for highlighting them to me. Just passing that on through to you guys, how I get it set up. If you're interested in the radio, the push to talk, and this, there'll be links, descriptions down below where you can kind of get all this stuff. Any questions at all, hit me up in the comments down below. Thanks for sticking through to the end of the video. If this video is helpful to you, please make sure that you hit the like, subscribe and bell notifications. It really helps the channel out. Huge thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video.